If you're a music producer, I've got 3 podcasts that you should subscribe and be actively listening to.
LOLO BX.
What's up? It's LOLO BX on this episode of Just the Tip. I've got 3 podcasts that you should sub to. Now, the first 2 are specifically music production related. The third's more business with a little bit of music and artist branding thrown in. In my previous video, I recommended 3 YouTube channels to sub to and mentioned that you can get through a lot of the content by purely listening to it while driving or working out or walking the dog. With a podcast, it's practically made for that. Anytime traveling in the car, on the train, at the gym, at work, you can really make the most of this downtime or this dead time by squeezing in some educational material, and a lot of it is relevant and entertaining as well. Without further ado, number 1 is Back to Back with Willie Joy. This is an absolute gold mine for a music producer, especially an electronic or EDM producer. He has hookups with the biggest artists and labels in the game. Each episode is about 60 minutes long, some longer. He's interviewed everyone. Honestly, if you haven't subscribed to Back to Back yet, I am jealous because you have so many interviews at your fingertips. These are just a few of the artists that have been interviewed on Back to Back. Diplo, Grand Theft, Boombox Cartel, Aye, Keys and Crates, Flostradamus, Benzi, Yeah Me Too, Cruella, Party Favor, Jackal, Wolfgang Gartner, Mayhem, Crisley, GTA, Hero Bus, 7 Lions, 12th Planet, Bro Safari, OK, Crane, Dr. P, Jet and Johns, Nightmare, Buku, etc., Lucas, What's So Not, Borgor, Getter, Medicine, Ikali, Cray, Whipped Cream, Lil Texas, Ghastly, Eliminate, Diesel Boy, Must Die, Salva, A-Track, No Brainer. Go and follow this shit.
Okay.
And have fun. So basically they just sit down, they have a friendly chat. Each artist might run through how they started, how they got on as an artist, some of their best or worst experiences, some of their challenges, or they also give advice and tips to upcoming artists, give their general views on where the industry is, where it's headed, everything that's relevant to what you do as a producer. Goldmine. Alright, the second one, which is one I actually discovered before I come across Back to Back, very much along the same lines, interviews with heaps of good producers, and that is the EDM Prodcast with Sam Matler. Again, he interviews a guest artist pretty much every episode, and he actually gets a lot more technical information out of the artists. A lot of the artists might have their top 1 or 2 tips or main focus points that they tend to speak about, whether it's their approach to songwriting or production or mixing or overcoming writer's block, just all the things, all little challenges. Again, they're all relevant to us as producers. They're great content, great to fill in the time. You should be listening to this while you're driving in the car or working out. Go and subscribe to it. Again, there's a whole goldmine there for you to sink your teeth into and start listening. And the third is someone you've probably heard of. He goes by the name of Gary V. This guy is notorious for his volume of content. He puts out a lot. You don't necessarily need to listen to every episode he uploads on his podcast, but he does have a lot of artist and music related content. He obviously has a bit of an interest in music, especially in hip hop, so he interviews and gives advice to a lot of up and coming rappers and even a lot of established artists. He did a lot of work with Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, and that's actually how I came across Nipsey about a year ago and discovered that he was like a heavy advocate for DIY and building your own platform as an artist and remaining purely independent, which Gary Vee promotes heavily. And he basically gives guidance and tips on social media presence for artists. He's a big advocate for creating a buttload of content. And yeah, he's got interviews with guys like ASAP Ferg, Gunna, a whole bunch of rappers and artists. I've said it before, you are an entrepreneur and a brand, whether you like it or not. He's got a lot of helpful tips. A lot of it's fun to listen to as well. And once again, if you're driving your car, put it on, you'll learn a thing or two. So they're the 3. I'll link them all below. Subscribe to them, start listening, start filling in that dead time. If you got anything out of this video, hit the like button for me. I'll love you forever. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell if you want to get notified every time I upload. 2 to 3 times a week at the moment. As always, there's a blog article linked below. All these links, this discussion in text form as well, if that suits you. If you've got any friends that will get anything out of this video, share it with them, and until next time, peace.